Aloha everyone, Ronnie Landis here. I want to ask you a question. Do you suffer from an intention deficit disorder? An intention deficit disorder. We hear all the time about ADD, attention deficit disorder, or ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. These are misnomers. These aren't totally accurate, right? It's actually a way of describing the outbursts and the agitations that are now correlated with food allergies most of the time in children, right? But the idea nonetheless is interesting. What I find that really inhibits people from actually living their dreams, from actually creating what they want to create in their life, is an intention deficit disorder, meaning that people are at the effect of life, right? People are at the effect of life. Things are happening to them. But the reality is that life is happening for you. Life is happening for me. But it's a shift in perspective. It's a shift in intention. When you wake up in the morning, pay attention to your immediate state of mind, your immediate state of emotion, your immediate state of resonance or dissonance, depending on how you wake up, right? Where's your mind at? Do you automatically start worrying about the to-do list, getting things done? What do people think? Do I have to please other people? Am I caught up in a loop of people pleasing? Where does your mind go? And wherever it goes, I want you to practice something. Gratitude. Great gratitude. You see, no matter what's going on in our life, circumstances, we can't control circumstances. We can't. But one thing we can control is we can control our state. What state are we living from? Are you living in a powerful state, an empowered state, a state that reaffirms your greatness, your abundance, your divinity? Or are you living from a state of effect, of reactivity, of agitation, of deficit, not having enough? Are you living from a state of maybe being in a straitjacket or feeling like your hands are tied behind your back or you can't do what you want to do? Whatever the story is, whatever the way we label this is, it's a visceral, somatic feeling that you have in your body, right? And so I want you to monitor that. I want you to pay attention to that, because no matter what it is that you're doing in your life, the most powerful fuel support or supply that you have is the state in which you do it. If you do anything from a state of power, you will do it powerfully. Did you get that? If you do something from a state, in alignment of your mind and your body and your heart, your emotion, a state of power, whatever you do, you will do it powerfully. So this is the intention that you set for yourself when you wake up in the morning, before you check the phone, before you get up to go do the to-do list, before you get up at all. Take a moment to be grateful. To be so grateful. We need to be so grateful for the abundance that we have right here in the moment. Not later on, not a year from now, 10 years from now, when you have enough to do enough, to be enough. Right here, right in the here and now. To pay attention to how much abundance is overflowing in our lives. Just imagine our ancestors, how much they had to give up. How much they had to sacrifice. People all over the world have made tremendous sacrifices so we could have a world where our children would never know war. They would never know poverty. They would never know the Great Depression. They would never know these things. And yet we take it for granted, because we suffer from an intention deficit disorder, which leads to entitlement, which leads to scarcity, which leads to unfulfillment. And I don't want that for you. I've felt that in my life. I still have glimpses of those feelings, and they don't feel good. They don't feel correct. They don't resonate. And they don't allow me to be in an intentional state of power, of prosperity, of resonance with my divine greatness. I want you to connect with your divinity, your divine greatness, by taking it back to your intention, getting back into the intention of gratitude, getting back into a state of power and prosperity that will fuel you to make a great impact in your life, to do the things that you want to do in your life. When you wake up in the morning, that's where it starts. Take a deep breath. Gratitude. To be so grateful for everything we have in our lives. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. And until next time, Ronnie Landis signing out. Aloha.